guys who trade during a huge bull market. They take a $10,000 account, and a few years later they've got 20 or 30 million dollars. We take those stories and we want them to happen to us. Now, I'm here to tell you that the amazing thing about the financial markets, and the Forex included, is it's entirely possible that that can happen to you. But we've got to plan for a more realistic picture. We don't want to go at this with pie in the sky and not realistic numbers. But let's take a look at some of the realities here. We're starting up here in month number 1. And actually, I just realized, well, let's go out to 36 months would actually be down 2 more. So we'll go 2 more. 1, 2, 1, 2. Whoops. 1, 2. There we go. And then 1, 2. Okay. So now this is 36 months. My apologies. 9,427. And the reason why I had to do that is because we skipped. I just remembered we skipped 2 rows here up at the top. So let's try and look at this. We'll look at the 36 months. So in 36 months, we've now got a realistic expectation for $9,000. We'll just take $9,400 on a monthly basis. I'll ask you, what other profession from start to 36 months, remember this is 3 years, can you have a reasonable expectation for this kind of money? And I really mean that. What kind of profession could you reasonably expect that? Now, sure, there are some business opportunities which say you can do that, but now we're talking about let's look at a business, a traditional business, or even a network marketing type of business. You're going to be working, and believe me, I've seen it happen, and I've been there, between 40 and 60 hours a week to make this to even approach this kind of money in 36 months. If we look at, let's say, a doctor, you're not even out of school. You've got 12 years of school. We'll look at a chiropractor. You've got, I think it's 5 to 6 years of school. And I'm counting college in there as well. If you look at a dentist, you've got what? 5 to, I think, 8 years of school. We're talking 3 years over here, folks. In 3 years, where else can you have a reasonable expectation of making this kind of money? And remember, there's no guarantee if you get into medical school that you're going to be a doctor at the end of it. You could drop out, you could fail. There are all sorts of things. Same thing with the chiropractor, same thing with the dentist, same thing with the business. Where on earth, listen, there are no guarantees. But let's talk about reasonable expectations. Isn't it reasonable to think that if you're a doctor right out of medical school, that you could open up a practice, take on a bunch of debt, and go out of business in 3 or 4 years, even as a doctor? Isn't it reasonable that there's a possibility, if you're a chiropractor, you could go to school, come out with a bunch of debt, open up a practice, and wind up going out of business? Same thing for a dentist? Absolutely. Absolutely 100%. Just because you're a doctor or a chiropractor, I mean, let's look at a lawyer. A lawyer, you've got the same thing, but you've got 4 years of college, you've got 3 to 4 years of schooling. We're right back to 5 to 8 years. So you come out of school, you got a bunch of debt. Now you got to try and put your shingle out there or come on with the firm. You think you're going to be working just 40 to 60 hours a week in any of these?